Good day to everyone and to all who joined the 2022 International Research Festival. Allow me to present all of you our research titled EBRGY System for Barangay Magsaysay. To start, I would like to introduce the developing team, our programmers, Florenz D and Cesario Alo Jr. System designer, Angelo Maynopas. System analyst, Rica Laurente. Project manager, yours truly, Lady Ben Roselle Nalzaro. Magsaysay is barangay in the municipality of Carmen in the province of Davao del Norte. Magsaysay is one of the several barangays left behind by the rapidly growing technology. Staff continues to use traditional methods to render service to the people. Human tabulation or manual tabulation of data takes time to retrieve, record, compute, and process. Human error, long processing time, and erroneous information were some of the predicted results. As a solution to this, the team aims to develop a system that would allow the barangay staff to record and manage residents' profile, allow the barangay staff to input barangay schedule, also allowing them to disseminate public information or announcement through SMS notification, and provide a QR scanning code for the water meter readings. In terms of the old and incoming document, the team aims to archive these documents. Also, allow them to calculate their water reading and other income such as garbage collection and their sand and gravel business, and generate document for the barangay such as reports. Along with the system created for the barangay staff, the developing team also proposed to create a system that would allow the resident to request online documents, allow them to view their water bill. To fulfill the said objectives, we use the SDLC as a guide in developing the project. We aim to create the whole system to be simple and formal since it is for government use. However, upon planning and creating the system, we discover its scope and limitation. The e-barangay system for Barangay Magsaysay was accessible by three types of end user, namely the administrator, the water meter reader, and the residence user. The administrator and the water meter reader are the barangay staff. The administrator can collect the residents' data, set schedule for meeting and garbage collection, as well disseminate public information through SMS. Can also generate requested documents like barangay ID, certificates, clearance, and summons. But summons and any concerning legal actions are not allowed to be disclosed online. And also, it can only record the payments for water bills, garbage collection, and sand and gravel bills from the residents. The water reader refers to the staff that manages the tracking of the residents' water bills. QR code scanner in an Android phone calculates the water bill. The resident user can access their personal information through the web and the mobile. Users can request documents as well as can request sand and gravel. Also, they can keep track of their bills through the web or the mobile application. But the residents will have to visit the barangay hall personally to pay their bills or get and sign the documents requested. The administrator, water meter reader, and the resident user can do all the transaction with a stable internet connection. Now, let me walk you through the system.
For the first part of the system's walkthrough, the first user we will present will be the administrator. As you walk through the administrator, the second tab is all about recording and managing the resident's profile. This tab will allow the admin to create a household, add its member, allowing them to update household position. There is also a button that will proceed to another page where they can individually edit a resident's information. Next is the archiving of document, and this is where all the requested documents from the residents will appear. These are examples of an archive document. Uploading document and editing the documents. You can also view or download the document if they need it. Here is the full examples of the document requested by the residents. This button represents the configuration for the purpose of the documents. The recording of letter is the next one. And there is a drop-down for the resident's complainant and a text field for none. Authentication will appear before editing a letter report. The SMS notification, creating of announcements for the resident, and schedule for hearing case was on the fifth tab. Sending SMS to all the residents, or specifically, or maybe a group, were allowed to be sent. Allowing the barangay staff to create general meeting schedule and garbage collection schedule. This tab is where the administrator can create schedule for the hearing cases. This is the interface for water billing. Admin are allowed to disconnect and connect the residents, creating a QR code. This page is the current reading of the residents. Editing the water meter needs to be authenticated. This part allows the administrator to see the previous reading of the residents. This is where all the requests for sand and gravel delivery and the recording of garbage collection payments are. For garbage collection, the sorting are requested to be in by purok. Next are the reports. This is where all the different types of reports that the system can generate, as well as it is all printable. The configuration tab is where the administrator can set values for all the configs needed in the system. The next user is the water meter reader. An Android app is set for them to easily read the QR code. The data that will be collected will be directly transferred to the system after saving all the logs. The last end user type is the residents. Residents have two options. They can use the website or the Android app. Either of the two have the same functions and features. Residents can request documents or order sand and gravel at the comfort of their home.
At the end of implementation phase, the users evaluated the system to see if the objective had been reached. According to the result of the online survey, with a 15% margin of error, the average weighted mean gained by the EBRGY system for Barangay Magsaysay was 4.92, indicating that the system's overall performance was very efficient in accomplishing the entire system's objective. Conclusion and recommendation. The development team succeeded in making the e-barangay system for Barangay Magsaysay Carmen, which would modernize the traditional way of doing business in the barangay. The system integrates all the objectives, functions, and features. The developers evaluates the barangay staff and residents with the average weighted mean of 4.92. The developing team concluded that the system was very efficient for the users because the quality of the service to the residents had become more efficient in terms of collecting, inserting, and recording data of the residents. They can easily store, disseminate some of information through the system and can also easily archive and generate reports as well as documents. In recommendation, online registration through mobile should also include in the system. The inputted data in registration will generate a QR code and will have to scan it afterward in the municipal hall for verification. For water reading, the developers recommended including an image processing feature for inputting meters. Hence, the water meter reader will have to take a photo of the water meter to avoid manipulation of inputting data. Biometrics and face recognition are also recommended by the developers to secure and validate the information of the residents. Lastly, developers recommend adding a geomapping and tracking the address of the household location. During the development phase, the developing team demonstrate how the system works to the prospective users, including on how to access the web system and the installation of the Android application. Also, explain the features and functionalities of the system to the users. Then, they go hands-on training to fully understand and familiarize how to use the whole system. And that would be all. Thank you.